Hey y'all, it's me, Niecielynn. This is Friday, December the 10th. This is Flosstube 102. This is our second attempt because my camera fell off. So I told you I'd try to move around some in the house, filming just to give a little variety at Christmas. This is my big tree behind me with all my blown glass ornaments on it. I have been collecting those ornaments since 1992. Yeah, 1992 is when I started collecting those, after the Christmas after Keely was born. And they have all been on here ever since, and they get added to, and every year a couple get broke. It just happens. I'll drop them, I'll think I'll have it hooked on, you know, it'll fall all the way through or something. But it's okay, I add a couple every year and a couple kick out every year, so it is what it is. I hope y'all are having a good week. Things are better around here this week. I got to see my girls. I got to have catch for a day. So we have been having all the fun. Aria and I have been planning a lemonade stand. She called me the other morning and said, "Shook, we need to talk." And I said, "Okay, what's up?" And she is planning on a lemonade stand for summer. And we have had to talk about cups and straws and pitchers and the best color lemons for lemonades. They don't need to be too dark and they don't need to be too light. And then what color markers to use to make our signs and banners. There has been a lot of planning going on. So we are looking ahead to summer around here. I did get some work on my whips. There was a couple of days that I didn't, I was just kind of, I got all my exercise in every day except for yesterday. The day before, I went and got my booster. And I didn't feel so great yesterday, even though it was just a half a dose. I thought, wow, my arm was like super sore. And she told me my arm would be sore. It's still sore. And, but I had a good immune response this time because I have a knot under my arm. So I'm having an immune response like you're supposed to have. So, I know some of y'all don't want to get the shot, and that's fine, but I go in Mom's retirement, you know, at her assisted living place all the time, and I just don't want to carry any disease anywhere if I can keep from it. You know, when we go in there, we wear a mask till we get to, you know, I wear a mask till I get to her room, and once you're inside her room with her, you can take your mask off, but I would just hate to make her, anybody else in there sick. That would really, I don't know if I could get over that. So, but I have been getting, so I did get some of my stitching done this week. I went and helped Annie one day and all, so I've had some things going, some fun things going, but Annie and I are going to Target and a little bit of shopping when I'm done here. I haven't been to Target in like a coon's age, so it's gonna be so exciting. And I love to go there, but I just never do. It's on the north end of town. Up in Waxahachie, it's on the north end of town, and I don't go to that end of town very much. So, But I got to work on Miss Margaret Ann Rollo. She is by Just Stitching Along there by Krista. She is a beauty. And she also has these two little ones in here. I'm making some decent progress on her. I just pulled my own colors. They're mostly my Wicked Stepmothers. Hey Frankie, hey Rhonda. It's got a lot of reds and pinks in it, which I like. But I made it nearly to the end of the next row of alphabets, and I did the next border underneath her. So let's see if I can hold her up there. So I just had the ABC and a little piece of the D done. So I got these letters done, and then I did this whole line here. So then this week I hope to finish out this alphabet and to finish the next row here. So see, that's gonna put me at the name. So I am about right here on it. So I'm making decent progress on her, and I am loving her. She's on straw. I think it's 28 count straw. And she is a beauty. This is the Peppermint Twist floss. I did the numbers in Peppermint Twist. I just thought they were fun. And there was just one row of them. So I wanted to use my Peppermint Twist. It's a kind of a seasonal one that Frankie and Rhonda are doing. And so I wanted to use it on this. And I did. Put it back in the bag. I have found that this helps immensely. If I just try to stick them back in the bag as I go. I didn't get any watching done this week. No Flosstube watching. In the evenings, we finished out Lost in Space, the new season of Lost in Space. You know, we're sci-fi space people, and so we finished out that season of Lost in Space, and I really liked the way they ended it. James Williams didn't. So y'all have to let me know if y'all watch it and if you're on his bus or my bus. Oh, and this is not showing up here. I'm in the living room chair, so it sinks down, but I found this at the antique store on Saturday. We went over just junking around, and I found, oh, I forgot to show her the beautiful cardinal. I got to see my kind of cousin Lisa. It's she's James's first cousin's wife. I say she's my cousin though, so that's fine. But I worked on Noah's Ark by Plum Street Samplers. I started and got my first row of waves done, and I started on the second row of waves. I'm using a lot of the Victorian motto colors for it. They were a gift, and they're a big hot mess right now. My colors don't ever just be laying there looking like they're looking beautiful. They're kind of always looking like a hot mess, but that's okay. But I love the way the waves look. I kind of got a little pattern going there and just went on with it. And then the next row, the curves stop and turn back the other direction. This is just a piece of, I think it's 28 count gray linen that I had in my stash. It was one of the folded up ones, so it probably came from Michael's or Hobby Lobby or Joann's. Used to carry it. They don't carry any linen anymore. But it came probably from one of those because it's folded up. But I am loving it. I have decided I need to go and kind of backstitch around my little animals some. I thought the peach would be enough to make a big enough differentiation. But if you see where I went around the giraffe, he shows up a lot better. You can see there on his head is not, so I do like that. So I've decided to go ahead and backstitch around those guys and go back around them. These two blues are really pretty colors. One of them, they're Victorian motto heirloom blue bonnets, and the other one just says, well, it says heirloom blue bonnets too. I don't know. Heirloom blue bonnets, I don't know. Anyway, they're two beautiful colors. So that's what I used for the waves, and I think they're just really gonna work up really pretty on there. That lighter one just has that little snippet done right there, and the color, the light in here is weird today, y'all, because I'm in the living room, so it just has these can lights and then my halo light. So the light in here is it's gonna be odd today. So I didn't close up these scissors. I know better than that. Lord have mercy. That's dangerous. Okay, you know, I've got stuff piled around everywhere. Y'all can see this in here. Y'all be dying laughing. All my stacks of stuff to try to keep things somewhat in order. But like I said, I found if I put them up as I go, then even if the girls get here before I get done or anything, then we can just visit and play and not have to worry about my stuff, my junk being everywhere, which is a problem. What is in there in the way? Oh, okay. I've made a mess for myself here as usual. what I do best is make a mess. I have a dark gift for mess making. So look at my patty pan bag with a little arc in there. I love it. Then I worked on 5 people this week, but I only see 4 things over here. Did I just dump it all out on the floor? Well, I think I'm missing somebody, but we're probably just gonna roll with it. Cause I can't think who I've left off here. Who's left off? Y'all? Jessie. Oh, I do think I'm missing somebody, but that's okay. I did also had an FFO day yesterday. So yesterday was FFO day. So we'll have some FFOs at the end. Now that I've managed to dump everything out here on the floor, make a big old mess. Okay, I worked on Welcome Winter. And it is my kit from the Drawn Thread. I just ordered the kit from them, and it comes with the silks and a 30 or 32 count linen. You could very easily use your Ada on this. I double checked, and then we'll talk about it in a minute. A couple of y'all said that you'd stitch this on Ada, and it was beautiful, but it is a gorgeous pattern. Welcome Winter. This is the last welcome. I've done spring, summer, and autumn. So this will be the last welcome that I have to do. But they have Welcome Halloween and a Welcome Christmas and a couple of other things. So you could just stitch to your heart's content on welcomes. But it is so cute. I did the little snowman this week and started on the scarf. Yeah. He is adorable. I haven't put his face on or anything, but his little hat's finished and the scarf's about halfway finished. But it is beautiful. Try to glink my eye there and see where I'm at. I love this blue. It is like old blue jeans, but it is Dinky Dyes 174. It is just a beautiful kind of medium blue. I don't know if it'll show up on there. And then the white is a Dinky Dyes, no, it's a needlepoint silk 991 BB. And it is just such a cute little snowman color. But I love Drawn Threads because they do have some specialty stitches. But they give you really, really good diagrams for them if you're not familiar with specialty stitches. Let me see if I can show one of them. There's one. I think there's a page that doesn't have the pattern on it. There you go. Here's one of them. There's more than one page of this, I think, but you can see they give you really good instructions. When they have a specialty stitch, they give you really good instructions on how to do your specialty stitch if they're new for you. But they are very clear. They're very easy to follow. The patterns are very easy to read. They're large. I can't say enough good things about Drawn Thread patterns. I love them. But like I said, the only place to get the kits is on the website. Shelly checked that for me. I thought I could order it maybe through her, but no, she said the only place to get the kit with the silks and everything in there is through them. And it's like $30, so it's like insanely affordable. So while I hate to not order from a shop, I like that I can get the fabric and the floss and everything. And if you're new to silks or want to just give silks a try, that's a very affordable way to do it because silks are expensive. And so if you do it that way, you know, you can try them, see if you like it and how it works for you. I'm putting this all back together here now. In this little bag. Because I've got, like I said, I've made a big old mess here now on the floor. Now, Jessie Watson. Let me get her out. I got a little bit of work done on her this week. Like I said, I think I'm working ahead. Yeah, because, well, no, I'm just a little bit ahead. I'm working in the January section, and it's mid-December, so that's not a whole lot ahead. I didn't use the called fors. I don't know if y'all recall, I didn't want to do the rainbow letters on here. And so I changed up the colors and just pulled my own colors. But I am using Jessie's design, which is exquisite. So we're down here at the bottom, and I'm working on the house now. So I've got one window and the outline of the door in, and some of the bricks. This is on 32 count golden needle from Floss and Fabrics. Niecielynn carries it, and it is a very nice. It is the autism sow, the Jessie Watson autism sow. Barb says she's gonna look and see about doing another one next year. Y'all have all these little baby hairs, sorry about it. And because a couple of y'all had asked, I really enjoyed this. I love the way that Barbara just kind of lined it out for us and divided it up to kind of keep us on track. I love something to keep me on track. I am a maker of lists. Yesterday I had a list, things I needed to get done here, and fix Aria's tutu, her mermaid tutu, scratch. You know, Pep shirts, scratch. You know, so I'm just like going through, marking my things off, and that keeps me on track. I am a person who needs a good list to stay where they're supposed to stay. Because if I don't, I'm never going to get there. But yes, one of y'all had asked, let me see. Sandra had asked would I put all my family's names on the back of the Jessie Watson so everybody would know. Yes, I intend to put Mammy and Paul's name, Luther Clifford and Sally Elizabeth, and then list all their kids. And then John Alfred was my grandpa, Shorty. And list them all on the back. And their date of birth on there. So that this will always be a memorial piece for them. Like I said, I was lucky enough to know my great-grandparents. They were fabulous. Like I said, he could still turn a cartwheel with me when I was a little kid. He was all that, man. He was very musical, very funny. He did soft shoe or flat foot dance and clogging, kind of whatever you call it. He was just wonderful. And Mammy was just quiet and she loved to tat. She did tat, and I don't know where her shuttles are or anything, but she tatted beautiful lace. And she would just sit there and, you know, spin it like that and work her tatting all the time. My mama, she did crochet, was her favorite. And she quilted and stuff, but crochet was her favorite. And she did it more than anything else. And she would sit there and she didn't look at it. She could do it in the dark in the car. When they would leave up here and go to, they would leave to go down there to East Texas. They would leave Waxahachie and go down there. And she would crochet in the car in the dark. She could do it in the dark. It was amazing. She would do it while we watched TV in the evening and stuff. And there was never a big light on in there at all. My grandpa had a little lamp by his chair because he read all the time while the TV was on. After dark, when he came in, he sat there and read. And she crocheted most of the time. That was her favorite thing. And so, now my other grandma, Mama, she didn't do any handwork. She said it made her nervous. Her mama's the one that did my little around the world quilt over there that I showed y'all a couple of times, Granny. But Mama didn't, but she's the one with the baby food cake, and we'll do her recipe in just a little bit. A couple of y'all had asked about Becky, and a couple of y'all had asked about her baby food cake recipe. And let me see, I'll hold it up right now. So you can just stop your screen. This is the only way I know to do this. It's her baby food cake. And it's just a cup of oil, 2 cups of sugar, 3 eggs, a small jar of apricot baby food, or plum, and a small jar of prune or plum. You can mix the baby food flavors. It doesn't really, whatever you like best. She usually used either a plum and a prune, or a plum and an apricot, or like that. Those are the three she usually used. 2 cups of flour, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of soda, a teaspoon of cinnamon, nutmeg, and vanilla. All those are a teaspoon. Soda, cinnamon, nutmeg, and vanilla. And she didn't put nuts in there. You can put nuts in there if you want to. But you just beat your eggs real good, and you add in your sugar and your oil, and then you just kind of sift in your dry ingredients. You don't have to have a hand mixer for this or anything. Oh, somebody's big old dog's in my yard. Then you add your baby food jar, one jar at a time. Add your vanilla, and then pour it into a bundt can that has been, you know, sprayed with Pam or greased and floured, whichever one you do. And you bake it at 350 for about an hour. It is so good. It is so good. It's fabulous. Okay, that's there. So there were several requests or talks about that. So we're gonna check. We got that one done. But I did not get mine made this week. Bebe did find some baby food prunes. So I'm gonna look at Target and see what baby food I find when I go with Annie today. So this weekend I made cinnamon bread, and on Monday this week, I guess I made cinnamon bread and pumpkin bread, which I've got to take to Annie and Daddy. They love it with their coffee, pumpkin bread. Cinnamon bread, I got a good rise the first time. I didn't get as good a rise the second time, so it wasn't as tall as I wanted, but it is so good and the taste is good. If you toast it especially, it's so yummy. So yummy. I did some FFOing this week. I told y'all I have two little stockings left to FFO for Christmas, or my Christmas things that I didn't get FFO'd. So the two I got, I'd had these two stitched before, like in 2020. I didn't stitch these this year. I stitched them last year, but I didn't FFO them. So these are two of the Farmhouse Christmas from Little House Needleworks. I've done, what over there, 3 or 4. So I guess this is 5 and 6. And they are so dang cute. They're available everywhere. They're not hard to find. I FFO'd them all the same, except for the one Farm Folk that I said reminds me of James and I. For some reason, when I didn't do the gingham on point. I did it straight, and I did not realize it until I hung it on the tree that it didn't look like all the others, so go me. But these are fabulous, fun pieces to stitch. I've seen them stitched all in one, and they are beautiful, but they are so cute. I've got my little 2020 things on the bottom there, even though I stitched it in. I just think they're so cute. I had put bells on the other ones originally, and I think I'm going to go back and take off the bells and put the little year ornament on there because it just is so cute. But there's the back of them. I should take my paint pen and write on there that it's Little House Needleworks Farmhouse Christmas Series. I don't know if I'll remember to or not, but that's how I finished mine off. I do put you can see the little thing is not on the front. I used to put it here, but then if I decide I want to put it on a little stand, it still shows. If I flap it back, you can tell it's an ornament. But if I put it on the back here, then if I want to flap it back and put it in a little stand at some point, I still can. So I've been doing that for a while, and I like that a lot. And then I had another a Santa Claus that I did last year or the year before. For some reason, I didn't realize till I put him all together that I don't have my initials or the year on him, which is really odd for me. But he was I remembered him being in one of the little ornament issues, the Christmas ornament issues, and I thought he was so cute. And he's on just a real pale, like sagey green. Maybe the 2019, 2018, I don't know. He may even be older than that. I cannot remember. But he was in my stack of things to FFO, and I'm not sure why he got skipped. I can't tell if there's anything missing on him. So for some reason, he just got cast aside and left undone, which makes me feel terrible. I just put a little piece of baker's twine to hang him by, and I had a little piece of that gingham. I didn't have a big enough piece to put it on point, so it's just square, and that's fine with me. But he's so cute, and he's 1/2 on maybe 32 count. Yeah, I think he's 1/2 on 32 count, sage green. It's kind of a sagey green linen. But he was sitting over there sad, not FFO'd. I feel guilty when I don't FFO things. I know some people don't, and that's just my personal hang-up. But I feel sad. When I don't FFO mine, I feel like I've let them down somehow. And then I got my Peace on Earth in a frame. And y'all know I had struggled with this thing. I had less than half done, and I was just about to lose it. And Dina sent me and said that she would finish it for me. So it is a two-frame stitching piece. Let me see if I can get it all in here. It is so pretty. I cannot thank her enough. I do think we need to share custody of it and send it back and forth so it can know both its parents. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I have it on a stand over on the dining table over here. Yesterday afternoon after I finished it. It is beautiful. The colors, it just has like 4 colors in it. But it is so pretty. It is just stunning. So I can't thank you enough. And I tell y'all I write on the back. And now this is just a 12-inch frame from Hobby Lobby. I left the tag on so y'all can see. It's just an inexpensive frame. But see, I wrote on here. So it says, if I can read it, get up where the light can see it, because for some reason when I'm trying to, there it goes. Peace on Earth by Blackbird Design, stitched by myself and it says Denise Williams, and my stitching friend Dina Linkner in 2021. So I love it. I love it. I have been enjoying it. I went looking for a frame on the weekend and got one. That was the day we went to the antique store, and we went to Hobby Lobby to pick this up. And there was, the one over in Mansfield is not ever quite as crowded as the one in Waxahachie. Is always crazy crowded. And so we just ran over there, but I am loving this thing. It is so beautiful, so beautiful. So I cannot wait. And I'm gonna leave it up all year. It won't be just a seasonal piece for me. I will leave it up all the time. I want it here in the entryway right over there, but Keely got me a cuckoo clock, and now, and it needs to kind of hang on that side, so now I'm having to kind of rethink my strategy. And we're gonna see if the kitty cat and the cuckoo clock can get along once it gets set up, so that's gonna be the other thing, if they're gonna go to war or not. Okay, now we got questions and comments this week, and I just realized I forgot to get something. Oh well. There went my pen. Okay, Shannon and Vicky, we were talking about they said it was pistachio fluff. I remember that green fluff, and talked about what you put in it. So they were kind enough to send that you do the pistachio pudding, and then you drain pineapple tidbits and crushed pineapple. And if I remember right, my granny used to use the juice to make it, but to set the pudding, but that may be wrong. And then mini marshmallows and Cool Whip, and you mix it all together. And that's what the pistachio fluff is. And I think Charles also talked about that, yeah. And I used to love that stuff, and I may make some because I have not had that in a long time, and I loved it. Estelle said that she just finished Welcome Winter on Ada, and it worked out great. So there is proof that it is, not only do I think it will, but it actually does work. And Lenny is getting a parade, y'all. Lenny has had a big year anyway. She turned 70. This is her 50th anniversary. Happy anniversary. Her daughter turns 40, and her grandsons are 16 and 13. So she said for turning 70, she wanted to do 70 ornaments this year. And y'all get ready. I hope y'all sit down. She ended up doing 126 ornaments. Yes, 126 ornaments. How can that possibly be? I am shocked and amazed. I mean, I thought this year, you know what? I thought about it the other day that this year I should start doing little ornaments for each one of the kids or the grandbabies or something. But Lainey, 126, so yes, you definitely get the parade because that is amazing. So happy birthday, happy anniversary, and wow, that I'm shocked. And Mary Kubicek said this is her first time here, and I assume that's a Czech name. We have Ennis, we have a large Czechoslovakian community over in Ennis, and they have names, they have fun names like that, like Kubicek, and I love it. So thank you for watching. Sarah said she is having wind. We are having the crazy, like, that sounded bad. She's having like crazy, hard, stormy winds, and that's what we're having here. I don't know if y'all watch GMA. I'm a GMA girl. I watch Good Morning America. And Michael Strahan is going to go up in the next Branson rocket, and they lift off out at Van Horn, and they've had to push off for a day and wait a day because of the winds around here have been crazy. But I don't think out the back window, you may can see it blowing my plants out there a little bit, but you can't see the trees from where the wind is sitting much. And there's no leaves on them anyway. But it is insane. But anyway, she said she saw Annie M blowing by her house about an hour ago. Amen and amen. It is crazy. But that made me think that I don't know if I've ever told y'all, I took dance my whole life. I love dance. And I danced on point. And one of the years that I had a solo, I was the Wicked Witch in The Wizard of Oz. And it was my favorite dance. It was to the Funeral March of the Marionettes, which is one of my favorite songs. And I loved that dance. I love that dance. I love the story of The Wizard of Oz. It's a good story. And so when you said Annie M blowing by, it made me think of dancing the Wicked Witch part. So thank you for making me think of that this morning. Audrey says that in North Ireland here, they're talking about when it gets cold, which, Audrey, if you could please send, they use the word founder, like, and I probably a lot longer than when Audrey says it, but could you please send some founder this way, because it's been in the 80s here and I'm over it now. Y'all know I love me some warm weather, but at Christmas time, it needs to cool off for just a couple weeks. I need it to be kind of cool between like December and just to January, right there after New Year's. It needs to stop because that's when you want to wear a sweater and have a Christmas sweater. We can't wear no. Kimmy had Christmas sweater day yesterday, and she didn't want to wear it, and it was ugly Christmas sweater day, and she put it on anyway. And her mama went to have lunch with her, and said she was melting, so she had taken her t-shirt just in case because it was so hot. So nobody wants to have Christmas like in the hot. I don't know what y'all let me know what y'all do, how y'all do down there in Australia and in South America and stuff, because I don't know how y'all do, because I equate Christmas with cooler weather, and we ain't having it around here right now. So but she says they'll say it would founder you out there, like freeze you to death. I guess when we say freeze you to death. So Audrey, I'm gonna need you to send some of that foundering down this way, because we ain't got none. Not one drop. Literally in the 80s yesterday, I had on a sleeveless shirt. I have the air's on in this house. The air conditioning is on this morning with my Christmas tree up behind me. So, and things have, now, James Williams still has not apologized to Mike, or as far as I know, said one word to her. But she did bring the girls over. I got to see them this week a couple of times. And I don't know what it is about the holidays, but he gets so stressed out. I guess it's stressed out. I don't know. I'm going to say this. He always, not always, I should not use the word always, but he seems to be very stressed at his mama's a lot. And I think it's because it's too dang crowded in there. And we've offered to have the holiday here, and a lot of times sometimes she'll say yes, sometimes she'll say no. And James's sister offers. I mean, it's not like there aren't other places to go, but she got too much furniture in that house. It is literally single file. It's not a mess. It's just so crowded. It's so crowded. Literally single file. And y'all, James and them ain't tiny people, okay? He's 6'4". His brother's as tall as he is. His sister's husband's that tall. And then, so there is Jana, his sister, her husband, and her son. She has a son in high school, and he is 6 foot tall. So then there is Keely and Bebe and the baby, Catch. And there's, if CJ and Wani are there, both of my boys are 6 foot. Okay, and then there is Micah and Justin. Justin's over 6 foot. He's like James. Then there's myself and James Williams, who's 6'4", and his shoulders are like this wide. And so then there is James and his brother, who is over 6 foot also, and his wife. And then they have a son that's in junior high. It is too crowded in there. And I think that makes him, I don't think he realizes it, but I think that does make him crabbier than normal, and he's crabby anyway. And it makes me panicky to be that crowded up, but I think it does him, and he just don't know it. But so yes, I think the turkeys, we're gonna have to start stuffing them with Valium and Xanax or something to just try to work our way through, because that is too much. It is too much, and nobody likes to be crowded up. I don't like to be crowded up, but I think that's a plan. Valium and Xanax all the way around. Crystal, I love the Boy Scouts. Keely was in Boy Scouts all the way through. So tell your baby's troop hello from Texas. He's from Texas, and he had to take food from like where he's from and stuff. So he took chips and salsa. And I love to make salsa. I love to eat salsa. I will turn down, I don't eat potato chips at all. I mean, no, it's just not my thing. James Williams loves them. He loves potato, any kind of chips and dip and chips. He loves that. That is not my thing unless it is a vehicle for salsa. For me, chips are a vehicle for salsa. So if I make salsa, or if I go to the cantina and get Mexican food, I want to eat chips and salsa, and I can just have, if I just had chips and salsa, I'd be happy. So good, so good. So tell the Boy Scout troop hello, and I hope they enjoyed their chips and salsa. I'm trying to go down my list here. Y'all know I make my notes. And thank you for everybody who said nice things about my hair. I did not, as you see, I did not give in and cut my bangs. Micah and Catherine and Glenda and Jana and Holly and Tanya and Mary and the Long Dog Stitcher. Thank y'all for saying nice things, because I have been teetering on the edge all week of whacking my bangs. I do not know why I go through it sometimes. Right now, they're about this long. The rest of my hair is long, but my bangs are about this long from where I whacked on them last time. And so y'all did help me hold off from getting the scissors after them, because why that happens to me, I don't know. But I will be wanting to whack on them. And one of y'all said I don't have no wrinkles in my forehead. They just don't show up. One of them, this one right here, well, that one. Can you see that one? Is extra deep right there, because it has a scar right in the dead center of it. So there's a wrinkle, but this right here is a scar where I had to go get stitches. It was before my sister was born, so I must have been three or under. And I didn't understand physics. And I stood up on the handlebars of my tricycle. And y'all can guess about how that turned out. And we had one of those black and white chickadee tile floors. So I have a big deep wrinkle right there, especially where, and then I get my 11s, or my ugly word line there, because I try not to do that. If you can keep your face from wrinkling up, it does better, but I'm not very good at that. My face does all kinds of things all the time. I can put a poker face on. I can't keep it for real long, but yes, thank you for saying nice things about my hair, because it has decided to turn, and it did, and I'm tired of fighting it. I'm not gonna sit there for hours trying to get it to take color, and then the color it won't stay on but a couple weeks anyway, so I ain't bothering with it. So thank y'all so much. And this is new lipstick. I got some new lipstick. I don't remember the color, but it's a new liquid catsuit lipstick. After I went and got my booster, I got me some new lipstick. Barb, did you get my reply on 12/2? If you didn't get my reply, holler at me again, because I emailed you back. Oh, and Sue said, and I've made myself a little note out here, that Elaine from Annabella's Flosstube shows Noah's Christmas arc that she's working on. And I want to go see that. So I've got to go find her. So I've got a little star out here to go and look for her. And Tanya, I wanted to stitch the HOD block party, the 25th block party, and I did not get that done yet this year. So that is on my things that I'd like to stitch that I didn't get done. And Barbara, I still cannot find my cruche. I think I can. See, I'm going to try to swing y'all this way and not mess y'all up too much. But you can see right there. See? My nativity is just having to hang out. You can see the girls' little table with their colors and stuff on it there. My little nativity is just having to hang out there because I can't find my cruche that goes behind it. Where is it? I don't know. It is in a big box. So I'm knowing that I probably had to separate them, because the box that I got this out of, that tub would not have fit another piece in there. So I'm knowing I put it in another tub, but the other tub I think it would be in, I don't see it. I opened it up because I don't put out everything the same every year. I do most of my stuff the same, and then I just change up some pieces. So I have a tub or two of stuff that kind of varies, you know, this year, that year, this year, that year. But I did not see it in there. And so, yes, if he's hid it, would James Williams hide it? Probably not, because he wouldn't take the energy to do it. But where is it? And Letha said she swallowed a bee and she's allergic. And I cannot imagine swallowing a bee, even if you're not allergic. That sounds horrifying to me. My gosh. So, goodness gracious. And then Margie and Cantor. Margie, I'm so sorry. Her son was diagnosed with cancer this week. This last week, she's been having a rough time, of course. I'll be praying for him and his care team and all y'all. Going through it with Shada twice, it is so stressful and horrifying and upsetting, and you just can't hardly get you can't settle hardly. It's hard. And then Kendra, I'm so sorry she lost her daddy this last week and then had shoulder surgery. So Kendra, I want you to relax and try to have sweet memories. Think about your daddy and have sweet memories while you're letting that shoulder heal up. But I am so sorry. And Donna, I don't know about your work people. If you made cherry fluff and took it and nobody ate it, I don't know what's wrong with people you work with. You might need to check them, because who doesn't like that cherry fluff stuff that's made with the cherry pie filling and Cool Whip and stuff and nuts? That stuff is fabulous. And it, like you say, it's a dessert, but it's called a salad, so you don't have to feel so bad about it. If the doctor says, "What have you been eating, Sally?" You can look him right straight in the eye. It ain't a lie. Salad. Just like that. So I don't know what's wrong with the people you work with, but you might need to pray for them and educate them, because they got some issues. And Charles, thank you for the nice compliment. I appreciate that. And he says that salad is any food that's tossed in a dressing. And that pistachio fluff, or pistachio pudding is what they call it at their house, pudding dates back to the 40s. Which makes sense, you know, when they were trying to come up with different things during, you know, war times and things like this, and people having hard times they had in canned foods were pushed, and the people had their little victory gardens, and they were trying, they, you know, print recipes and things like that. So thank you for telling me that, Charles. I appreciate it. And Cricket Bug says that she has a hard time in the evening too, seeing things, seeing her cross stitch. And so she has an alt light and her readers just set up just so. My lamp, I don't know, I may have to try switching to some kind of alt light or something, because my lamp just sometimes does not cut it. Okay, Sandy asked about, and I'm gonna reach over here and grab this, probably fall out the chair, and then y'all can really be laughing. There we go. About my winter ABCs. So I just went and snatched it off there. It is on 28 Count Coffee Club by Stitch Me. Let me see if I can kind of get it all in. It is one of my favorite stitches. I love it on the brown. It just makes me think of like gingerbread. To me, it just looks gingerbready and fun. And I did find my note. She asked about what color my letters were. I did it on 28 Count Linen by Stitch Me. It's called Coffee Club. And I used, okay, Weeks Dye Works Foliage is the green. The Classic Colorworks Bamboo, Hickory Stick, Licorice Red, and Roasted Chestnut. I bet my letters are bamboo right there. Then DMC 645, 680, and 3853. And then it says I used Treasure Braid TR40. And I don't know if it's going to pick it up. You can see it right in the snow under, in the snow on top of the roof and around the little house. I don't know if I can get it to pick up there. It may be a little bit. It may pick up a little bit of sparkle right there. I just put it on the, under the there and on this. And I think those are about the only places I used it. Oh no, it's in the snow under the quilt too. So I guess where there was snow on the ground, I put it, but I didn't put it in my snowmen's, I don't think, just in the, where there was snow on the ground, I used it. So if there was snow on the ground, I used that TR40 with the Classic Colorworks Bamboo on there to make it look a little sparkly. Oh my gosh, what does that say? Oh, and Kathy asked about my fingernails. It's just from a salon. I went and had a mani and asked them to do a French manicure on here. But Allison has these, and you can see I messed up this one, kind of a boo-boo. You can see I took a knock out of it there. And it's not in my nail, it's just in the white part. So while we're sitting here doing these last couple of questions, I'm gonna, oh, I didn't bring a pen. I'm gonna see if I can tear this open. And these are from Allison. She has her Facebook group that is No Fail Nails by Allison. Is that focusing? No Fail Nails by Allison on Facebook. And she has these color streak things that I adore. And let's see here. These are just little trial ones that you can see if you can get it going. And while we're doing the last question, I'm gonna try to stick this thing on while we're talking. So that, oh, I forgot to bring a nail file in here, so we're really gonna have to wing this, but we're gonna see if I can fix it while we're sitting here talking without boo-booing up too much, since I'm gonna be going with Annie. And I don't want that big old knockout, because Annie's fingernails and stuff always be looking perfect. And I ain't even joking. When I say Annie's fingernails be looking perfect, they looking perfect, always. Annie's always perfectly groomed, always. She always looks like $1 million. Okay. There you go. I said I need my nail file to finish taking it off of there sort of better, but you can see that fixed the little knock that's out of it right there. So now I need to go file that little edge piece off right there on the edge, but it is super crazy easy to do. But this is just their French manicure. What does it say it is? Meet Me in Paris Meet Me in Paris Color Street Nails. So if you have a friend that does those, or if you can get them somewhere, you can get them from Allison. If you don't have some friend of yours that has them, she is sweet and fabulous, and they work like a charm. And then they have a clear piece that you can put on over it. And who else? Lori, I love you. This is the kind of thing I would do to myself. She said she wanted to be the first one to comment. She's been trying to be the first one to comment, and she made it last week. And I love it, because this is the kind of thing I would do. I would be like, hey, I want to see if I can be the first one to do this. And it's one of those things that James Williams would be like, why in the world would you care about that? And I'm like, I don't know, but I do. Because it's just one of those things that would be a little fun thing to see if I could get to be the one. I don't know. That's just me. So I love that you made it. Because as far as I can tell, you were the first one last week. So now the clear little overlay is on over it. And the little owie is not showing anymore. So now I feel better at Target, not looking like a wreck. Now I know some of y'all will be in there in y'all pajama pants, and I'm going to try not to be judgy on y'all, but I ain't going out in no pajama pants. That's just me. And Molly said she was laughing about holiday seating. She had a relative that wanted to see, because they got into it about cards, not dominoes one time. And that he thought it was funny, so he tried to pick his seat at the dinner table so he would always have a good seat for the people that might be getting heated. And it has happened numerous times over the years, usually with James Williams, because he can't keep his mouth shut and mind his business. I don't know why he can't keep his mouth shut and mind his business, but he can't. He always thinking he got to know something. And I know one year he asked one of my cousins, did she always act like a bee, or did she just act like it at Christmas? Of course, when I find this out on the backside, I'm thinking, well, Pot, have you met Kettle? Hello? But he is one of those people, always got something to say. And so, yes, at our house, at any given time, things can go. But here's the thing about me. When my boys are over here and the boys can get, I don't know what it is about me, they can get testy with each other or something. And I'm like, hey, this is my house. And we ain't acting like that in here. And that usually, you know, everybody just breathe for a second and people will stop. But that ain't what happened, and that ain't whatever happens at his mom. She don't never get on to him. I don't know why. I get on to my kids still. When they say something, I'm like, hey, you know that ain't right. But anywho, but I think that's everything I've got today. And we fixed my fingernail while we were talking, so I won't be looking like a wreck at the Target. And I moved in here so we could see the big Christmas tree, and y'all kind of see outside. And now I'm going to jump off of here and try to get things uploaded. Oh, hang on. I nearly forgot to say last week's shares. Let's see if I can not knock the camera off here. Buzz on In by Lizzie Kate goes to Kathy. And there was more than one Kathy, I think. And it was Kathy that asked about my nails. So if you're Kathy that asked about my nails, if you will email me your address, I'll get this guy in the mail. And I have not gone to the mail this week, but I have my mail ready to go, so I'll go tomorrow, or usually, I don't know, I'll probably go tomorrow and hate myself for it. I might get there this afternoon, but maybe not. And Be Happy, this bee guy, goes to Mary Hansen. It is so cute with little bees in there. Mary Hansen. And then the Quaker that Kathy's sharing, her Quaker that she's finished in her threads, which is such a sweet Christmas thing, is going to S23 Lock. S23 Lock. If you will send me your address, I will get it to Kathy. And then I forgot. Let me see what I've got here. Y'all, I'm probably gonna, hang on. I'll let you look at the tree. Ta-da. Look at the tree for a minute while I'm reading here, because I forgot to grab this. I knew I'd forget something, and I did. But I'm still here. Look at the tree. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. Lord have mercy. Good gravy. Oh, how cute is this? That's cute. And this is normal. Okay. And I'm coming back. And I'm coming back again. Here I am. Yay. Okay. Because I forgot this week and left them laying in there and then couldn't find where I laid them. This one is a full kit. It's called Flag on the Heel by Bent Creek. It has the fabric, well, it's not a full kit, I guess. It has fabric and button. Yeah. So it has the fabric and the button in here. A little button on the bottom. But it's called Flag on the Heel. How cute is that? So make sure you use the word flag. Tell me if you fly flags at your house or if you don't. And then this is called by Kit and Bixby. How cute is this? It's called Live Well, Laugh Out. It's the Robins at Willoughby Farm. But it says live well, live wisely, live humbly. And it is adorable. By Kit and Bixby, y'all. So use the word farm. So use the words flag and farm this week for the shares. If you're interested in those. The rest of y'all, the other three y'all email me your addresses. I'm gonna jump off here and try to get this uploaded before Annie gets here to go to town. So y'all have a great weekend and a happy Friday and enjoy your stitching. Bye.